What is health freedom? Health freedom means you are healthy and you can do what you need to do at any time without wondering about the next outcome. Oh, how am I going to live long for my children? How am I going to achieve this? How am I going to do that? But you are free to make money. You are free to enjoy the time you have on earth. Okay? So we're here to learn about health freedom. So please pay attention. Pay attention and have your pen ready to write. Good. So we'll start immediately talking about the human cell. How many of us, I'm sure a lot of us have seen this picture before. For those who did biology, I'm sure you've seen this cell. Everybody here should have done biology at some point in their lives when they attended secondary school. Okay, it was a very, very compulsory course for all of us. I'm sure we've seen this. It's a human cell, and our products are going to, our products deal with actually two main parts. The two main parts are, number one, the mitochondrion and the nucleus. The nucleus is where DNA resides. I'm not going to go into biology too deep today, but I'm going to just give us the basics, okay? And then we have the mitochondrion. Mitochondrion is what? The powerhouse of the cell. That's where energy is produced. So anything that damages where the energy for the cell to work is produced, or anything that damages DNA material, is going to result in malfunction of the cell or death of the cell. And when any of these things happen, that's what leads to disease or death on the higher scale. But usually before you see a disease happening in a human being, like diabetes, hypertension, kidney failure, or whatnot, before you see such manifestations, you must have had some damage at this cellular level that continue to spread and spread and spread until it involves the whole tissue, involve the whole organ, and involve the whole system. And then the person presents like 5 years later, 10 years later to the clinic having this particular issue. But it did not start immediately. It usually started years and years ago from just one tiny cell. So now knowing how important our human cells are and how we need to take care of them, we need to understand how these products can influence the energy producing area of the cell and our DNA. Very important, okay? So what causes damage typically to the mitochondrion and the nucleus in the human cell? What causes damage is what we call free radicals. Free radicals, okay? Free radicals. And they exist in the atmosphere, they exist in the air, they exist in our food, they exist in the medications we take. In fact, the normal biological processes that the body goes through produce these free radicals as byproducts of metabolism. So you see, you cannot avoid free radicals. They're everywhere. They're in our food, they're in the drugs, they're in our water, they're in the air, they're everywhere. All kinds of chemical agents that are inimical to the normal human cell. Some are even produced by the human body during the process of metabolism, meaning breaking down or building up different substrates to form different end products. Good. So understanding that free radicals are everywhere and they cause terrible, terrible damage. We need to know how they cause this damage, and then we need to find out what counters these free radicals. So this is how a free radical acts. So you are seeing this guy in black, right? You are seeing 7, if you know what, if you did chemistry, you should know what an electron is, you should know what an atom is, and then how electrons and other subparticles are revolving around it, okay, rotating around it. Good. So these substrates exist on the cell membrane, and there is a particular quantity required to keep steady state, okay? It's called steady state. There's a particular quantity required to keep steady state, okay? And when that quantity is less, usually you should have about 8. This particular diagram you're seeing here represents an oxygen atom. It's an oxygen radical. Oxygen usually has 8 electrons. But here you can see 7, right? You can see 7. So it is not complete. What this free radical will do is this. It's not going to stay on its own and say, I will die alone. It's going to look for a normal cell or normal oxygen atoms, which are parts of our cell membranes and our cell functions. And it will steal one from here. It will steal it will still, it will not stay on its own. So you understand how bad free radicals are. They are very, very troublesome. They don't stay on their own. If they are not complete like this, wahala. So this electron here, or this oxygen atom here that has a missing electron on the membrane, is going to look for extras from the normal people. So it will come and steal. And when he steals, it becomes okay, he's happy. But the person he stole from is no longer normal. There is already a damage. So you see, this guy here becomes sick. And because there is a damage, it causes this cascade of events where it starts to lose all the electrons, and then it starts to die and get sick. So the cell dies. The cell dies. The cell is damaged. It's defenseless. There's no protection anymore around it. It's now open to attack by more radicals and more substances that are very, very, very bad for it. Okay? So you understand how free radicals cause damage. So how do we counter free radicals? By using antioxidants, because free radicals are usually oxidative agents or agents of oxidative stress. They are usually mostly oxygen radicals just running around. So if you want to counter those oxygen radicals, what do you need? You need antioxidants, okay? Antioxidants. And where do we get antioxidants from? We get it from our food, but not just any food. We get it mostly from fruits and vegetables, organic foods, organic fruits and vegetables. That's where we get antioxidants from. And that is why the company Nature's Way majors on using fruits, vegetables, and then mushrooms and all the rest, grinds them to powder after drying, and then packages it in form of capsules. I hope you understand. So when that fruit that is highly organic, it is free from chemicals like pesticides. It's free from some types of fertilizers, meaning it was grown in a natural environment. It's free from pests. They dried everything together, they ground everything together, and then it was packaged in capsules, meaning that all the wonderful nutrients in that plant, or in that vegetable, or in that fruit, or in that mushroom, or in that seaweed will be gotten whole when we ingest those supplements. I hope you understand now. So you see those supplements, they were not cooked. They are not synthetic. They just dried up these fruits, vegetables, and mushrooms, and then ground them to powder using nanotechnology and package them into capsules. Then there's something you also need to know. The capsule itself for our supplements is made from plants. So whatever you are taking as a supplement, when you are swallowing it, you are actually taking 100% plant. 100% plant. There's no synthetic part to it. There is no rubber. So that plastic capsule you are seeing that looks like plastic is not actually plastic. It was made from vegetable. So it is very, very much biodegradable, and it is easily absorbed by the body. So when you swallow any of our supplements, what happens is that your body can digest it within 10 to 15 minutes sharply. Your body can absorb it then, okay? So these antioxidants are gotten from fruits, from vegetables, when eaten whole, not processed, 100% organic, not genetically modified organisms. You know, there are a lot of GMOs. There was one time they kept talking about GMO creation by Monsanto and some other companies in the Western Hemisphere, okay? But nowadays, people are very, very, very aware of their health. So if you go to big shops like in US, like in UK, like in Europe, you are going to see a section of foodstuff that they call organic, meat, fish, meaning that these things had no contact whatsoever with chemicals throughout their production process. And usually when dietitians or health experts tell you to eat, maybe you have one health issue or the other, they always tell you to go for organic. So organic means they didn't use fertilizer, they didn't use pesticides in growing them. No unnatural process was used in manufacturing it. And then for animals like beef, like chicken, when you see organic chicken or organic beef, they also call beef grass-fed beef, meaning that the cow was fed with only grass. It was not given antiviral drugs. It was not given antibiotics, because it has been discovered that some places, some animal husbandry, some animal farms, they give antiviral drugs to their chicken to make the chicken very big. In fact, one time I saw a video of a particular farm where they were using HIV drugs to train their chicken, not in Nigeria anyway. I think in East Africa, whether Uganda or so, yes, they were giving HIV drugs to chicken. And you can imagine that kind of terrible thing. People were eating that stuff. And if they come down with terrible health issues later, you can trace it back to their diet. So we have to be very, very careful with our diet. But you cannot be 100% sure of the produce you're buying in the market. And that is why it's important to take the supplements. Very, very important. Very, very important. So our supplements are mostly antioxidant containing because they are 100% natural, no additives, no unnatural substances added during their production. Everything is 100% plant-based. Okay, so what are these particular supplements now? And how do they work as antioxidants? So you see what an antioxidant is doing here. That oxygen radical that is looking for extra electron to steal from a normal healthy cell, it has excess. The antioxidant has excess electrons on its own membrane, right, or its own orbit. So it looks for that free radical that is angry, that is looking for whom to destroy and devour. And then it dashes it that thing is looking for. So when it dashes it the extra electrons, what happens? The free radical becomes calm and happy. It's no longer attacking the healthy cells. So
we have heard Dr. Ale Tamba. She did a very nice work here, and we ought to commend her and thank her for revealing this hidden secret. It is hidden secret because a lot of people don't know about this, and she revealed it to us today. But she just spoke as a medical doctor she is, and she's around medical personnel, the husband, the medical doctor, so I'm not surprised she's using medical jargon so true that many of us may not have understood her properly. But as your fellow lay person who is not a medical personnel, I will try to use the words that are within our environment to buttress what she said. So pay attentive attention while we do this within the next few minutes, okay? This may be the best lecture or whatever or video that you may have come across for the past few years in your life that may add up more years to your life. Yes, because knowledge matters a lot. Okay, ordinarily, God has good intention for us to live longer. He didn't create us to die early in life and to live healthier. Okay, but something happens along the line. It all started like this in the life of everybody, whether during the formation in the womb or when we must have been born. There was a time we were healthy. We may have been healthy while forming because the spermatozoa and the ovum wouldn't have formed or combined to form a zygote if they were not healthy. They were healthy, but along the line something happens. That fault may have come from the parents, the mom or the dad, or when the person is already born, a mistake is done. Let's see. Okay, the health of so many persons are like this second lighter that couldn't spark light when it was ignited. Okay, what happened? It was normal in the first place, but along the line, it was soaked It was soaked. Certain things were entering into the life and it got soaked that it couldn't ignite light anymore. It couldn't spark. Okay, but there is that first one. Some persons' lives are like that. They can still share the light they have ignited and they will not lose theirs. And that is what we are here for. That is what our organization is here for, to teach you how to live longer. Okay, so let's go. Let's go ahead. Okay, so you didn't just come into this world a full-fledged human being. There are components, just like a building, just like a home. Some may have fenced their home or their houses. So for you to enter into the house, you must open the gate first, come into the compound, then come through the entrance door. There are some that you will first of all meet the visitors parlor or waiting room or something like that. You haven't even gotten to the main building, okay, so or the main parlor. That is it. So it is cells, the smallest part of our human body. Okay, that is where we are formed. The cells will combine to form the tissue, tissue will combine to form the organs, and organs will form the system. So this human being you are seeing by the right hand side didn't just come. It is this the combination of cells that make up the tissue, tissue make up the organ, organ now make the system that you are seeing in that person. Okay, atoms. It starts from atoms. Atoms combine to form molecules. Then molecules will combine to form cells. Cells will now combine to form tissues. Tissues will combine to form organs. Organs will combine to form systems, and the combination of these organ systems will combine to form the human body. That is how you came to be. Okay, that is it. That is organogram. This small baby you are seeing here, you can see where it started from atoms to molecules to cells, then tissues and all that and all that. You, this is you, an organism standing the other side. That is how it starts from the atom. Pay attentive attention to this place because we're making reference to these places so that you understand how sicknesses get into your body and how best to get rid of it and you will not be sick again. Okay, so atom combine to form molecules. Molecules will combine to form macromolecules that will combine until they get to the cell level. Okay, cell will now form tissues. Then you begin to talk about organs. You know the organs, both the five sense organs and the organs within our inner body. Okay, so then from there, they are combined together to make up what we call systems. So we have 9 systems in our body. These systems now make up the full human being you are seeing. So for anything to happen, this is how a healthy cell looks. This is how a healthy cell looks. Okay? But how does sickness get into our body? How do we become sick? Okay, this is how we become sick. You see, this is the cell membrane. You can see that it is shrinking. It is attacked. You can see molecules of hydrogen and oxygen at the surface. Can you see it at the surface of this cell membrane? Why is it shrinking? Why is it no longer looking like here? Why is it now shrinking? It's because of what is called the free radicals. Okay? The free radicals. What is free radicals? Free radicals are agents of oxygen, oxygen radicals, oxygen molecules, molecules of oxygen, even though we need oxygen in our body. But like when we were doing biology those days in secondary school, you will hear that we hear oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. But the oxygen molecules or atoms, when they are excessive than the needed, is not equal or less than that of hydrogen, it becomes something else. Okay, look at this tomato at the top, then you look at where we are equating it, juxtaposing it with the human cell. The healthy cell, the normal cell, looks like that first tomato at the top. Very okay. But when attacked, you begin to see spots. These are, if you look down, equating it to the cell being attacked by these free radicals, these oxygen molecules, you will see that it is now shrinking. It has spots, black spots. So when these oxygen molecules are getting higher in number than the number of hydrogen molecules, it begin now to give stress to the cell, okay, and to the tissue. You know that the cell is divided into two major parts. She said it, the mitochondria and the nucleus, where the DHA is residing, and mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell. Should anything happen to any of these two places, something just like you have your engine house, you put it on, something happens to it, is either that what a particular fan is no longer moving, or a particular bulb will burn, or a particular socket will, something like that. Even if it doesn't affect the whole house, it may affect one or two appliances or electrical connections within that building. That is what happens when these free radicals is getting much in number than it should be, and is attacking the membrane of the cell, or the mitochondria or the nucleus. When it gets stressed out, it now forms what we call the oxidative stress. Oxidative stress. They are higher in number than the molecules that counters it, called the antioxidant. If it is higher in number than the molecules that counters it, which is mainly the hydrogen molecule, you know that our body components is mainly water, okay, and water is combination of hydrogen and oxygen. But when that molecule of oxygen is higher in number, it becomes something else to our body. Okay, so it is when it has become oxidative stress, it has now gone beyond the cells. It has attacked the tissues. Either it has damaged it, or more molecules are dying within the cell level. The molecules of hydrogen that are no longer more, and it is killing more and more. Then that is when the cell is attacked, it now affects the tissues. Remember how we said the combination, the body formation starts, okay? Molecules, atoms will form molecules, molecules will form cells, cells will form tissue, then tissues will combine to form organs. It is at this point in time that our organ may begin to fail in its function. That is when we will notice that we are sick. But this may have been happening over 5 years ago, 10 years ago, without us noticing it. Okay? So but this is the only time we will notice that we are having problem. Maybe your sight will begin to fail you as an organ, maybe your tongue as an organ, maybe your skin as an organ, maybe your sex organ, any part of maybe your kidney, maybe your liver. That is when we will notice. And before we know it, we'll start experiencing, somebody will begin to say, cancer, vision loss, heart disease, my heart is doing me like this, arthritis, a stroke will come, the other respiratory diseases, immune deficiency, mention them, Parkinson disease, okay? Fast aging, you will look at somebody, you won't believe that this is the age of this person. Obesity, hair loss, and all manner of sicknesses. Okay, oxidative stress is a condition that may occur when there are too many unstable molecules called free radicals in the body, and not enough antioxidant to get rid of them. When the opposite molecules that we counter them is not enough, it now forms what we call oxidative stress. At that time, it has stressed out your cell level, your tissue, and that is when the organ will begin to be affected. Oxidative stress is a continuous imbalance between free radicals and antioxidant in your body. This can cause damage to organs and tissues and result in various diseases. That is when you even notice that you are sick, but the sickness has started long ago. That is why sometimes I laugh when people say I'm not sick, nothing happens to me, I'm okay, and this is not true. What are the causes of oxidative stress? Basically, imbalance between the rate of free radicals formation and the capacity of the cells to clear them. Okay? Poor diet. If we are not eating healthily, like today we eat more of junks, highly processed foods, carbonated foods, okay, DNA damage, which is when the free radicals has entered into the nucleus, okay, then smoking, yes, excessive alcohol. By that time, you are taking one more bottle, two more bottles, you are calling the waiter. You are feeding your body cells with more free radicals. Obesity, taking certain medication. Every medication we take have a side effect. Yes, because they are synthetic. What do I mean? They are chemically produced, and that chemical must go into your body and it will dissolve. And that is a source of free radical. It must react with your body cells. That is why every medicine you are taking to correct one thing may either go and distort another thing in your body. Why? Because it is actually produced chemically and packaged chemically. Exposure to environmental factors such as radiation, toxins, air pollution. We inhale all manner of pollution every day. Filthy gutter, exhaust of cars, engine, generator here and there, pesticide, insecticide, this one, the other one, our perfume, our every of these that we hear must send free radicals into our body. Sunlight, stress. Yes, when you stress yourself, it's a source of free, oxidative stress. Effects of free radicals and oxidative stress. Cell and tissue damage. Yes, it damages the tissue, loss of vision, extreme weakness even after rest. When you wake up in the morning, it will look as if they used Monday hammer to break all your joints. You will feel like going back to the bed, but you have to step out because if you don't go out, you will not eat for the day. Immune deficiency, fast aging, you be aging so fast, okay? Eczema, chronic inflammation, hair loss, cancer. We are suffering so much cancer these days. Parkinson disease these days, stroke these days. Stroke doesn't just happen like that. Arthritis, people are complaining of arthritis, heart diseases and all that. That is when things like this will begin to happen in the eyes of people or in the body of people. Lung issues, kidney issues, slump and die, it doesn't just happen. It started long ago. Begin to talk about your lung, your brain, your kidney, your eyes, fetus. I can no longer conceive again. I have given birth. After that one, another one is not forthcoming. This one, the other one, your skin will be shrinking. All manner of diseases will begin to surface because the engine house have been tampered with. Okay? So, what can counter these oxygen radicals? Is called antioxidant. Is the rescuer. Antioxidant, you can see that it has its own electrons. So what does it mean? How does it counter it? It will offer, it destroys these free radicals, okay, which transfer its electron into the cell. So the antioxidant will come by donating more electrons to it. Since it is looking for electrons to eat, okay, and it goes into the cell membrane to be eating those molecules that form the cells. So the antioxidant comes now and donate more electrons like that. It will, each one it donates to it. The one that grabs that one will die with it. So when it has a excessive enough electrons to donate, I mean the antioxidant, to the free radicals, if it donates the number of free radicals that are existing already within that cellular level, those number of electrons he donated will die off with the free radicals. So the remaining ones will be there to protect the cell. That is what we call the steady state. Your body is at the steady state at that point in time. You are your cell is functional. Nothing is happening to it. Any free radical that comes, there are already existing electrons of antioxidant waiting for it to capture it and kill it. We may call them this antioxidant suicide bombers. It will bomb them and kill itself and kill them. Two of them will go. Other ones will be there waiting. But like soldiers, as they are dying, as they are retiring, there should be reinforcement. There should be recruitment. How do we now recruit these antioxidant electrons into our body? We recruit them through um, fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. WHO said we should be eating enough fruit, like 5 different fruits and vegetables on daily basis for us to have the required number of electrons of antioxidants that can keep our body cells at the steady state. Steady state means when it is, there is nothing to bother it and it is protecting the entire body. Okay. The challenge now is that how many of us eat fruits and vegetables every day to get this antioxidant? Number two is how many can eat the quantities, 5 different fruits and vegetables daily that will provide the required amount of antioxidants? Do you even like every fruit and vegetables? It might be the ones that will provide enough antioxidants that you don't like the taste on your tongue, okay? And you say, I don't like it. But your body cells need them to donate the electrons. The fruits and vegetables, are they healthy? Because most fruits and vegetables today are synthetic. They are chemically grown and processed or produced or ripe. They must apply one chemical or the other to make it ripe. Okay? Then another one is that any synthetic antioxidants are dangerous to our health. Our forefathers lived long. Have you ever asked yourself how were they able to live this long and healthier? It's because they had enough antioxidant through what they were eating. They were eating things naturally the way they are. Their food were natural. They were not applying any chemical to produce them or not to process them. Their meat natural because all the animals we are eating, both bush meat that we captured, bush animals that we capture and kill. We are eating natural vegetations. The ones they rear at home, they give them grasses. But today, people use antiviral drugs to make the animals they are rearing to grow faster and huger. Okay? So we eat all these animals with the chemical that have reacted in their body and we eat them, getting enough free radicals in our body without enough antioxidant. That is why when people say, I'm healthy, nothing is happening to me, I don't need this, I don't need the other one, I will just be laughing at that person. Something is happening in your body. You may only notice it years later. Okay, so that is what the scientists looked at and see, since all these things are scarce now, we are no longer seeing fruits and vegetables naturally as they are meant to be. We have fridge today, we freeze one thing or the other and we think we are civilized more than our forefathers. They now look for a way to grow plants and vegetables that will bear fruit naturally. That is what they say organic, to be organic, so that They don't apply any fertilizer in planting them. They don't apply pesticide or insecticide because they will not allow pests to eat it. In fact, I noticed that when we begin to apply pesticide in our farms, it attracts more pests. Okay, so these people cultivate all these things naturally, both the fruits and vegetables, and while processing them, they use nanotechnology to avoid it being synthetic, applying any chemical to process it, and they call them supplement, so that you can get enough of antioxidant as you should have gotten from natural fruits and vegetables. Our forefathers did what they call bush farrowing. They will allow this land to lay like that for like 3 years, 4 years. They may plant some, okay, some they will deliberately plant some kind of weeds there and allow it. In the dry season, it will get burnt, and in the rainy season, new ones will grow up again. The manure will go back naturally on its own. Then they were doing shifting cultivation. So everything they planted there will get manure naturally without applying any chemical. And when they eat that, they are healthier. Today you can't say you don't eat. If you eat yam, if you eat rice, if you eat any of all these things, if you eat fruit, let us not even talk about the one they process as fruit juice. There are chemicals. Anything processed with chemical. In fact, we are feeding our body with free radicals every day. When you say, I'm healthy, I'm this, I'm that, go and look at your cell and know whether something is happening to the molecules there already, which will result later. That is why it seems that people are dying younger these days. Okay, so they package all this so that people will begin to, when you take the supplement, it will go to supplement the little electrons you already have at the cellular level, so that they will team up and make up the required number of antioxidants to fight these free radicals and keep your body at steady state. Okay, that is it. But the challenge here now is that most people don't like taking drugs or anything that looks like it, because some supplement will look like capsules, but the capsule is not plastic, it's not synthetic. Both the back of it, there are 100% fruits and vegetables. That is why they are biodegradable. If you put them on your tongue and leave it for a few minutes, they will melt immediately. Put it in a spoon and add little water, it will melt immediately. But there are some synthetic drugs that if you put, they will not melt. You will even be struggling to use spoon and break them, they will not agree to break because they are rubber, they are synthetic. Okay, they are chemical. So that is what, when this goes into our body, then it is very costly due to the process of producing it to ensure it is the same as natural fruits and vegetables. That is why supplements seem to be very costly. People complain that it is costly, it is this, it is that. It's because of the process of getting it ready for people to make use of. Okay, so let's go on. Let's read this quote. As a retired physician, I can honestly say that unless you are in a serious accident, your best chance of living to a ripe old age is to avoid doctors and hospitals and learn nutrition, herbal medicine, and other forms of natural medicine, unless you are fortunate enough to have a naturopathic physician available. Almost all drugs are toxic and are designed only to treat symptoms and not to cure anyone. Dr. Alan Greenberg, a medical doctor. You know that when these damages are done at the cellular level, at the cell and tissue, and it begin now to affect the organs and the systems. What English drug you take will do is to go and treat the symptom that that particular organ or system is having, not to go and free you from the real cause of it. It doesn't. That is why most sicknesses, we are managing them. I never knew that malaria can never just be treated monthly, because as AA, I always treat malaria almost 2 times a month. People who know me very well before now know that. But for more than 2 years, I have never treated malaria and I have never suffered malaria. I have never felt weak. When I had injury, the nurse treating me then said, "Oh, you have good body. You are healing so quickly." She didn't know that there is a reason for that, because from my cell level, the cellular level, my immune system is very, oh my God. Even if you have accident, even if you have something, what will make you heal easily still lies at the cellular level, not even the medication giving you at the surface level. What English drug does is to treat the symptoms either at the organ level, that particular organ that is being affected, or the system. That is why, as you are treating this, if you have not treated the root cause to keep that body at steady state, that person may develop another thing. I recently saw somebody who started suffering diabetes, and before you know it, it affected the eye. Can you now see it? Because it will keep on spreading. As more cells, electrons are dying, the more it is damaging your tissue and your organs. And mind you that it is organs that combine together to form systems. That is why, as it is condemning this organ, it is condemning the other one if nothing is done. Okay, but there is good news. There is an ID antioxidant that has been found. Since the supplement is so costly sometimes to some persons, is an exorbitant something to get. Okay, so there is something that is always available to us which actually has antioxidant. That is a scientific discovery. Hydrogen molecule. Mind you, I said water is combination of oxygen and hydrogen. And mind you that the free radicals are molecules of oxygen sometimes that are higher in number, and they begin to attack our body cells. Okay? As water enters every part of your body, it looks for the most dangerous free radicals and eliminates them. What do we mean by hydrogen molecule? Hydrogen rich water. When the percentage or the number of electrons of hydrogen is higher in number, when it is higher in number than that of oxygen, it can easily donate the needed electrons to the oxygen radicals, that disease causing agents of oxygen, and now feed them with the electrons and have remaining. That is when you say that the water is it has hydrogen molecules. When the molecules of hydrogen are higher, what you are drinking is no longer just water that is combination of oxygen, but more of hydrogen. The molecules in that water is more of hydrogen. Okay, everyone drinks water, and water gets no enemy. Okay, look at it. Free electrons by combining with free radicals that are constantly being produced in our bodies, even during metabolism. I hope you know that. Results in pure water that is easily discharged from our bodies, preventing many chronic human diseases commonly associated with toxicity and acidity. You can see the electrons. So, history of molecular hydrogen. There are 7 natural occurring healing waters in the world. The Warm Spring, Georgia, the Shrine of Our Lord, France, the Gos Eker Healing Springs, Blackville, South Carolina, Saratoga Mineral Springs, New York. Okay, the Ojo Caliente, New Mexico, the thermal bath of Bad Sosa, Germany, and the last but not the least, the Pamukkale, Turkey. This Warm Spring, Georgia, there was one American president that was having a particular sickness that whenever he goes into that water, he begin to get himself again. So after several researches, it was confirmed that the waters truly had healing powers, which was narrowed down to the presence of molecular hydrogen. That is to say, the presence of the molecules of hydrogen in that water is higher than that of oxygen. So hydrogen is extremely unique since it has the capacity or the capability to act at the cellular level. Hydrogen is qualified to cross the blood-brain barrier to enter the mitochondria and even has the ability to translocate to the nucleus under certain conditions. Are you getting it now? So it is water that can move to the cellular level, to that mitochondria and the nucleus, the two major powerhouses of the cell, which if any damage is done there, it begin gradually to affect until it comes to the tissue, to the organs, and to our system. But English synthetic drugs you are taking cannot go down there. It will only be at the surface trying to treat the symptoms of that what that organ is suffering, or the system, the symptom, not the root cause. But what will penetrate and go to the cellular level, go to the mitochondria, and go to the nucleus is water. Then that water has more of molecules of hydrogen. Can't you see it will just go there, donate the electrons, and the free radicals there will take them as bribe. Bang, 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 bang. They will be dead. They will die off. And due to there is enough electrons of that or molecules of the hydrogen, your body will be at the steady state. Hence, you are drinking the water. Hydrogen exerts antioxidant, anti-apoptotic, anti-inflammatory, and all the antis, okay, that is beneficial or that are beneficial to the cell. Consumption of hydrogen reduces oxidative stress in a diverse range of disorders and organ system, including the digestive, cardiovascular, and respiratory system. There are hundreds of scientific publications that show molecular hydrogen to be therapeutic. How can you now generate your own hydrogen water? Because it's not every water that has it. How can you make ordinary water now to have more of hydrogen molecules than the molecules of oxygen in that water? Normal water is not like that. Hydrogen will not be higher. But how can you make the water you are drinking every day to have more of molecules of hydrogen than oxygen, since it will serve as an antioxidant by donating free electrons to the free radicals moving around, and they will take them, die off, and your body will come back to normalcy? It is through the use of ultra H2 molecular hydrogen generator. Ultra H2 molecular hydrogen generator. Okay? Okay? So you can see how is molecular hydrogen consumed or administered. Is that by infusion? It can be injected into the body by surface contact with the hydrogen solution. I told you one American president was going into that Georgia, and he gets himself whenever he gets in contact with the surface with that water. Okay, or by inhalation. Yes, you can inhale it. But
H2,
yes, look at this.
H2,
This
aside
is
of
ultra H2.
oxygen.
Look at the cord
Yan,
for inhaling it.
subtract.
This person in the hospital.
And makikita sa oximeter,
Yes,
99%
that is
of
it. Because
oxygen.
of time, let's go on. This is one of my colleagues. They went to one secondary school and the two students fainted that day. This secondary school is New Haven, Boys Secondary School. New Haven Boys is normally known as New Haven Boys at Emene flyover Enugu. And this student, why I'm mentioning the name is you can go there and find out. The principal is there. The principal was actually the one that invited them to come and explain how this water works. And they were there. As they were entering, somebody fainted. And instead of rushing the child to the hospital, my colleague, Mr. Ben, said, no, bring him here. He connected the cord to the Ultra H2 bottle, put in water there and put it on and connected it to the nostril of this student. Before you know it, the student sneezed and came to sit on the table. You can see other teachers in the staff room. At a point they were clapping hand, but I had to cut the video because of time so that we won't. But you can see. Okay, so you can drink it. You can drink it. Drinking hydrogen water. So when you drink water from Ultra H2, that has automatically made that water to be more of hydrogen, molecular hydrogen. What it does is this. Look at this normal bottled water. This apple demonstrates how oxidative stress breaks down your cell, causing pressure and aging and stress. Can you see how it is shrinking? But the other apple close to the Ultra H2 bottle is very fresh. That is what it does to your cell. Okay? When you are drinking this water. While ordinary water that doesn't have more of molecular.
Hello, this is
But
Nefuisi.
for us to be, are we even sure that what we call molecular hydrogen is actually true? Let's see it now.
Hello, this is Nefuisi, and we're going to be doing a simple hydrogen test. This is our Ultra H2 bottle. It is generating hydrogen right now. But the question is, are we sure it's actually hydrogen that is generating? So we're just going to do that simple test. I had to get the tester. All right, this is the test kit. I don't know if you can see that. All right, lighting is not so good, but then we'll go right into it. All right, this is the test kit here. And this is the blue reagent. So you actually need a blue reagent for hydrogen test, right? Then these are cups so that we can do a simultaneous test with normal water and hydrogen water, okay? So now this is normal water poured into the hydrogen bottle and we have generated the hydrogen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour normal water here to the level of 6 ml. All right, so that's 6 ml. Then we pour the hydrogen water here, 6 ml as well. So I'm going to have to reduce it. Good. All right, on the red level. So this hydrogen, water, and normal water. So all I need to do is, if I put this blue reagent in normal water, it will remain blue. It remains blue. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So I use the stirrer. If I stir it, it remains blue, right? Then I put here. Now it's supposed to clear the blue reagent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could go on and on and on and on and on. And if you turn it, voila. This is packed with hydrogen. So, ladies and gentlemen, take your hydrogen water and remain healthy.
All right, what did you get there? Why should the molecular hydrogen water generated with Ultra H2 clear that blue reagent? That is what it does to every free radical. It donates that free electrons to clear the free radicals. No matter what you eat, no matter the free radicals that are entering into your body, either through your diet, through pollution, through the air through whatever means it gets into your, or through body metabolism, it still clears it and keep your body at steady state. You saw the other apple that was attached to the bottle. You see how clean it is. That is how your body will be looking. Because from the cellular level, it keeps your body at steady state. But if it is ordinary water and all other things that we are taking, you see that the free radical enters, it changes it to blue. This blue reagent stands like the free radicals. That is what it does in our body. That is why when somebody is saying, I'm not sick, I'm healthy, I go to hospital, I do this, I do that, I'll just be laughing because they don't know. That is why I say that Dr. Alita opened up this hidden secret. A lot of people don't know about this. Okay? All right, let's go ahead. So, molecular hydrogen is a solution for all these, all these organs and systems and tissues in your body. It will be cleaning all of them and they will be at the steady state, healthy state. Okay? Improves your skin and fights aging, may help prevent diabetes. Just mention them. Corrects DNA, helps reduce fat, improves cognitive function. Your brain will be functional. Okay. Fast post injury recovery. Yes, I said when I had injuries, I recovered so quickly. Okay, I healed so quickly. Cancerous, whatever patient. That is why any of them that take this, when you hear, oh, molecular hydrogen water did this for me, did that for me, that is what it does. It goes to the cellular level to correct it. Okay, so that is it. Look at it. Look at this. This is a proven research. Okay, pure hydrogen water. When you drink water that is full of molecular hydrogen, is a strong antioxidant. If you drink 2 liters of it, it has the same antioxidant effect of consuming the fruits and vegetables below. For you to get the number of antioxidants that you will get from fruit, from 2 liters of drinking that water, for you to get it from fruits and vegetables, that means you are going to eat 1032 apples, heads of apples, 1512 bananas, 76 carrots, 7.4 pumpkin. Our people call it annual pumpkin, 90 spinach. Okay, these are the things that if you eat in this quantity, that is to say, about 2 trailers will stand for you to finish it. But can you drink 2 liters of hydrogen water in a day? Yes. That means if you drink 2 liters of hydrogen, it's as good as somebody who have taken 2 trailers or 1 trailer of, filled with all these fruits and vegetables. Okay. The comparison of values was made by measuring beta carotene content in fruits and vegetables. This is a research result from Japan's Shimata University professor. Okay, that is not just a speculation. Okay, so imagine a world where sickness is an option. Imagine a world where medication is a hobby because you drink water as a hobby. Every day you drink water. Imagine every healthy food is not healthy for everyone, but every healthy water is healthy for everyone. Yes. So imagine your table water becoming a medication because it goes to your cellular level every day to do the cleansing and keep your body at steady state. Then welcome to the world. Welcome to the new world of preventive medicine. Okay? Backed by 1,400 pay-to-pay clinical reviews. What will it cost you to have a drug manufacturing plant in your house? That is 1,582,200 naira. But that is not what it is going for now. On a promo price, it is 1,299,990. 1.3 million minus 10 naira. That is what it will take you. Our people will say what you use to uphold your life cannot be equated with life. A lot of people have fallen sick that they have spent gradually, little by little, going from one chemist, one pharmacist, one hospital to the other, and they have spent a junk sum, much more than this. Some have been sick for over 5 years, 10 years, yet they are not okay because they didn't know this secret. Some must be wondering, is this not too expensive? Now listen.
Plans on how to pass over my source of revenue to my family. People don't understand how bad it is when a man is sick, or a young man especially is sick, and he doesn't really know what it is, because I used to be a very heavy smoker.
Wow.
So it was so bad. It was very scary, actually. And I have kids and all that, so I was not in the right place of mind. And then somehow God just miraculously led me into this program. And then when immediately I heard what the bottle could possibly do, I had to ensure that I was able to get the bottle. You know, in less than 12 days, the cough that I had for 3 years stopped.
Wow.
This is no joke. 3 years. I was, in fact, my energy level, I couldn't do a lot of things. In the other room, many things. I can't even, I'm very, very passionate about this bottle. I'm sharing it with my friends. I'm telling them, in fact, I go everywhere with it. You know, it practically saved my life. I don't regret spending the money I spent on it. I am sharing it with everybody to listen. This has transformed the way I live, the way in fact, I don't sleep. When the Reverend was talking about sleeping, I could not go a whole day without sleeping in the afternoon. I'm an entrepreneur, and you know how what that means to my business. It means no, I don't have full function. It was horrible. It wasn't a good experience. I had to get a driver to drive me around because of fatigue, worried that I might fall asleep on the road. All that is gone. I still have my driver, but all that is gone now. I can do whatever I want to do. A whole day I'm active. As in working hours, I'm active. So that's it. And you should tell everybody about this bottle. I take the cholesterol drugs. Vitamins.
Yeah.
I take all of it, and it has been a fantastic experience since.
Okay, so that is it. That is what the bottle could do. So imagine you having your body as steady state, yet you are making commissions as people order for this bottle. Okay, are you aware? Yes, you can be an earning partner to the company that distribute this bottle. Yes, how? By making your one-time lifetime shopping with this company. You are not selling the bottle, you are not convincing anybody, you are not marketing, you simply you buy it, you using it, then you connect, help people improve their health, you earn as well. Just send that person, another person that you know that might need this bottle, this video, the person will watch it. As the person is getting the bottle, you are making your commission directly from the company. Okay, so how do you now earn? You earn 200,000 naira instantly for connecting anyone to this device using our system. We have a system of connecting people to know about the bottle. Then the second way you can earn is a pay loyalty commission. You earn pay commission of 7,000 naira into 15 times. That is 105,000 naira from the company per bottle, as people keep purchasing Ultra H2 through your friends and loved ones who purchase directly through you. You are not even aware that these people bought this, yet you are making 105,000 naira from each of them that make the purchase. So that's why we are launching out the Ultra H2 Club. Ultra H2 Club, okay? Loyalty Club is a program that you plug into. As people buy their Ultra H2 from different locations, you earn commission from their purchases for life. For life. Imagine this technology has come to stay, because people prefer to have something they will be using to drink water from their house every day and they will be healthy than going to hospital. There is no need flying around to go for medical whatever. Since if you keep your cellular level, your cells and tissues at steady state with the needed electrons of hydrogen, you'll be healthier. Not that our forefathers didn't fall sick a bit, but immediately when something like that wants to happen, it means that free radicals have just entered and the electrons of the hydrogen will come up immediately, deal with them and free the person. The person will get up again and start moving around. Okay? So Ultra H2 loyalty program. Imagine that 100 people purchase Ultra H2 in a year and you make 200,000 naira commission per purchase. That is 20 million naira for something that still gives you health. Yes, and people are making this money already. Then imagine again it is a pay commission, not people who bought directly from you, but people who bought from you. And you make this commission of 105,000 naira from these 100 people who purchase Ultra H2 in a year, and you will make 5,250,000 naira commission in a year for something that is giving you health. Okay, so these are our global business partners, people that are making both the supplement that people are taking, Nature's Way, USA, DSM, Wider Nutrition, Empowered Consumerism. They are empowering you as you are consuming something that is keeping you healthy. They are still empowering you financially, because for you to be making commissions per whatever anybody buys from the company because you bought, made use of it, and you connected, that is how many hospitals, how many pharmacies or pharmaceutical shops and companies you have given your money that started giving you commission because they sold. No, but immediately you do that here, you bought what you will be making use of, you have automatically become, unless you don't want, an earning partner. You join the Ultra H2 Club, you make commission for life. Okay? So that is it. Once more, the actual price is 1,582,200, but on a promo is 1,299,990. Okay? So there are other free gifts that will come with it, like some of the supplement, like the Coledo, the My Choco, the toothpaste, the Bun Slim, and the rest of them, plus the bottle itself. Okay, so you love to get this gadget at the promo price. Okay, pay for it today and get it in 1 week. All right, get it today at the promo price of 1,299,990. Promo price, you deposit your money for the bottle into this account 4011532182 Fidelity Bank aim/empowered consumerism aim/empowered consumerism. That is the account name. Okay, so forward your receipt of the payment to the person that sent you this video, and welcome to the world of healthy living. These are 7 tips to optimize your health. You eat healthily, practice routine medical checks, exercise often. Like our forefathers, they trekked a lot, they went to farm, they did all manner of things. Reduce alcohol intake and avoid tobacco products. Okay? Stay hydrated. Take your Ultra H2 water. Then sleep well. In fact, the Ultra H2 water will help you do that. Diet supplementation. Take supplements. Stop saying you don't need something like that. You need it. Your body needs it. Ignorance, the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. It is lack of the knowledge of what supplement stands for that make people disdain it when you are talking to them about it. Okay, health is wealth. Okay, you may not have known the person that I've been talking. My name is Ebechukwu. I am one of the beneficiaries of this bottle and the supplement. My family as a whole, we are healthy today because of this amazing product. Okay, thank you and see you at the club. Unless you don't want to be part of the Ultra H2 club, because I am already one of the club members. Bye and see you at the world of freedom.